Okay, great. Well, welcome everyone. I hope everyone's doing well this morning. Yeah.
Great.
We're thrilled to have you here to talk about the 3 to 5 year market opportunity analysis for Genesis Ice, which is a partnership between two companies, ClimateWell and Plug Power. Before we get started, I just want to introduce our project team. My name is Rachel Borkin, Tasha East, Anna Schmidt, and Erin Menken. And we'd really like to take this opportunity to thank our clients, Per Olofsson from ClimateWell and Rick Cutright from Plug Power. They've been instrumental in helping us complete our final task today, giving us the knowledge base to build upon and develop this 3 to 5 year opportunity analysis. So here's kind of a rough agenda for today. We're going to discuss our overall project approach, a brief company and technology overview. Then Tasha will discuss the competitive landscape. Erin will talk about our market sizing, assumptions, and analysis. Anna will discuss our market entry points and strategy recommendations, and then I will wrap it up with our market potential summary. So, our project approach. This is how we approached our project. We first identified the costs and benefits of our product, Genesis Ice. Then we segmented the market based on home type. We established target markets based on 3 to 5 year market potential for Genesis Ice within those various home types. We created a segmented marketing strategy, and then we developed recommendations for 3 to 5 years, and that time frame was given to us by our client. So, company overview. Genesis Ice, which is our product and that is an internal name right now, is based on a partnership between ClimateWell, Swedish company, which was founded in 2001, and their core product is sun cooling technology, and Plug Power, which is the US company. Their primary products are fuel cells, and they've been in business since 1997. It's really critical to understand the partnership because if this product goes to market, this will be ClimateWell's first entry point into the US marketplace. So their partnership with Plug Power is really important as they take this potential first step into the US. So, as I said before, our first step in our project was to identify the costs and benefits of our product, Genesis Ice. And in order to do that, we really felt it was important to get a macro understanding of the technology, which is pretty detailed. And we wanted to kind of bear it down to a simplified way for end consumers to understand the technology. So you have natural gas going into the fuel cell system, which is represented by that box. And this produces the simultaneous production of electricity, heating, and cooling. The fuel cell, that blue box in the middle, is primarily what Plug Power brings to the table, and the cooling aspect is ClimateWell's main part of the partnership. So this together is what we have come to describe Genesis Ice's 3-in-1 technology, the simultaneous production of power, heating, and cooling. And now Tasha will discuss competition.
Thanks, Rachel. So as Rachel mentioned, this 3-in-1 technology, our Genesis Ice system, will be ClimateWell's first foray into the US market. So it's extremely important to understand the competition that's out there for both non-micro CHP systems, sort of the group that we dub as conventional systems and also as emerging green technologies, and then the micro CHP technologies, which just includes a variety of different energy sources, including fuel cells. Right now in the US, it's pretty dominated by conventional systems. Most of the time you see in homes, we've got conventional systems like boilers, furnaces, air conditioners, heat pumps in homes. These are pieces of equipment that most US consumers are familiar with. There's an infrastructure in the US for supporting both the repair and purchasing of that equipment. And it's really the status quo. So this is the way that it stands right now. These equipment have the advantage of the learning curve. They're already out on the market. They're significantly cheaper than green technology and especially micro-CHP technology. It's dominated by specific brands as well, like Carrier, Train, and these are all names that consumers are very comfortable with. So ClimateWell also has that obstacle to overcome. Also in this non-micro-CHP system category, we have other emerging green technologies, which face the same technological obstacles that ClimateWell will face in entering the market, but they're a little bit less on the competitive point that the conventional systems are, because they're also not quite as adopted, and they also may not have quite the same application that our micro-CHP system will have, just because they could be used like in farms and larger types of homes or residences that may not be quite the right market for us. On the other side is micro-CHP technology, which is new and emerging. We have a variety of different power sources, but ClimateWell's new system, the Genesis ICE system, would be a fuel cell technology. And it's important to understand this part of the market because it is emerging. And these are potential competitors that could steal market share from ClimateWell and Plug Power, sort of in this first mover wave of purchasing for the technology. There are some competitors that are already out there, sort of taking advantage of this. One example is Honda, who has a FreeWatt system, is what their CHP technology is called. And the CHP just stands for combined heat and power. But the FreeWatt system is seeing a lot of popularity in the Northeast, and having the name of Honda behind it really helps. So that's another obstacle that ClimateWell would have to overcome in entering the market. One thing, though, that we do want to point out, as Rachel mentioned, this system provides combined heating, cooling, and power. So we're really a 3-in-1 system. Everything that's up here is either just a standalone system, or a 2-in-1, like the CHP technology. So it's extremely important to understand that this is, to our knowledge, the only prototype, the only concept that's out there so far that combines all 3-in-1. To kind of better organize the information, we did do a SWOT analysis. There we go. Just to kind of put everything together in terms of strengths and weaknesses of the product, and then opportunities and threats that exist in the external market. So of course, as we've mentioned, we have a 3-in-1 system, which is very attractive to consumers because it provides an all-in-one for them. They get their heating, their cooling, and also the additional benefit of having this power generation through the sort of extra heat that's emitted from the system, which really is a unique benefit because it can add to reducing a consumer's dependency on the electrical grid by producing that power for them. There are also, of course, the environmental benefits. We're talking about green tech. This is something that's environmentally friendly. It offers that sort of feel-good for the consumer to be able to take advantage of. There are significant weaknesses, obviously, with the new product. Price and payback are still a little bit uncertain just because it's not something that's been in the market yet. So that is one thing that we have to worry about. As I mentioned before, the status quo with the cheaper, more conventional technologies may be difficult to overcome because of the price and the payback. Consumers may be a little bit wary about that, and Anna's going to talk a little bit more about that when we get later into consumer buying behavior. And the new technology, as I said, consumers may be a little bit hesitant to be guinea pigs. On the external market, there are significant threats. This is a high technology-based piece of equipment. We've got to worry about new advances in technology. If ClimateWell and Plug Power miss a step, they may not be able to keep up with those advances, and their technology could become obsolete. Of course, we do have reduction in energy costs. If things kind of trend down from the way they've been going, consumers may have less incentive to change the status quo. So that could also be a potential threat for us. And although governmental support in the U.S. is pretty strong for green technology, if that goes away, we actually saw recent cuts in New Jersey for their subsidies and tax programs. If that continues in other states, those could be also potential threats, and again, less incentive for consumers to change the status quo. On the other side, we do have significant opportunities. If those energy prices continue to go up, there will be more incentive for that status quo to change. So if we have those consumer savings there that we can really offer as part of our value proposition, it's a great opportunity for ClimateWell to really take advantage of the market. Climate change, any type of volatility in the climate in areas, especially